In today's video, we're going to be talking about echolocation. Echolocation is the process of an animal emitting sound waves that is reflected off an object to understand its location. Echolocation is used by many animals and even humans. Animals like dolphins, whales, bats, and human technologies like submarines use these echolocation, also known as sonar, to understand an object's position. Let's move on to the animal uses. We're going to look at three different perspectives: bat perspective, dolphin perspective, and whale perspective. So now let's look at the bat perspective. Bat perspective have no eyes. That means that their primary source, the eyes, are no longer there. So they have to use their ears. These ears are used to help communicate with other bats as well as try to catch their prey. Echolocation is mainly used so that they can catch their prey. Echolocation, or the sound waves emitted by the bats, when it travels across, it reflects off an object. If it's reflected off an object, the bat can easily understand that there's a prey or any animal right in front of it, allowing it to go catch it and be confident that there's something there. Now let's move on to dolphins. Dolphins, according to scientists, have perfect eyesight. But why do they need echolocation? Well, they live near the twilight zone, and because of that, sometimes the water gets cloudy or dark. So for them to see, they need see in the dark water. They use echolocation. So again, they emit the sound waves that is then reflected off an object, which they will call prey. They also use the echolocation for communicating with other dolphins. Now let's move on to whales. Whales, just like dolphins, live in or between the sunlight and twilight zone. And again, the water gets very dark and cloudy. So because of that, they need to communicate as well as catch their prey in the dark water. So again, they use echolocation. So these animal uses are actually very similar. To see clearly as well as to communicate with each other, animals use echolocation. The only difference is that the bat is using the echolocation on land, while dolphin and whales are using them in the water. Now let's look at the human uses. For blind people, because seeing is not an option for them, they use hearing as an alternative option. The brain uses hearing as an alternative option. So when the hearing becomes a primary source to understand the obstacles as well as navigate its way forward, what humans do is that it learns the echolocation and starts sending these sound waves. Because most of the energy is going to the ears now, they'll be able to catch the reflected energy off an obstacle, therefore allowing them to understand an object's position. Now let's take some human-made technology. For example, let's take the submarine. A submarine can go really deep. In the water, they won't be able to understand their position as properly as they would in land. So they use this thing, which is very similar, called sonar waves. They emit the sound waves like echolocation till they find an object. It could be something like ports, control towers, land, and also things like other submarines. Because of that, they're able to communicate with the other submarines with the sound waves, hence allowing them to not only communicate like animals do, but also allow them to see in the dark ocean. Let's look at this picture and see how echolocation works. The white lines is the sonar, while the red lines is the reflected sonar waves. The white lines from a bat, the white lines go all the way to this butterfly, but when it hits the butterfly, it's reflected back. So the bat now knows that here there is a butterfly or some object actually. And you can calculate the distance with the echolocation. Now let's look at this whale over here. This whale emits the sonar waves. When it hits the fish, it's reflected back, calculating the distance, and will be able to eat its prey. We're gonna have my trusty partner here, Don, and we're gonna have two tubes over here, okay? So this is going to show the echolocation, which is where the sound is reflected off an object. Don's going to be saying something over here, and I'm going to be putting my ear up to this tube, and I'm going to be listening to the sound that Idant is going to say. So the sound Idant is going to say is going to come through a tube, hit the wall of the aluminum foil, and come back into my tube where I'll be able to hear it. So let's see if this works. I heard hello. Is it correct?
Yes.
All right, now let me say something.
He said, my name is Taryn.
Yeah. All right, now you say something. You said basketball, right? Are you listening?
Yeah. Okay. He said, my water bottle is better than yours.
Why?